We are back for another AEW Dynamite, and tonight we see a great tribute to Jay Briscoe, obviously passing away last week. And Tony Khan and Warner Brothers Media, Warner Brothers Discovery, managed to come to terms and let Mark Briscoe wrestle in tonight's show. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch it with you guys. Last time they did a big tribute show, it was a Brody Lee one, and it was fantastic. So let's all hang out together and let's talk about it. Cheers.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very you're not allowed to say that anymore. And everything in between. Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Give Me a Whole Yeah Wrestling Podcast. My name is Anne, and today we're watching Dynamite, and it's going to be a big show. Obviously, last week there was not allowed by Warner Brothers Media, Warner Brothers Discovery. I think it's Discovery. They weren't allowed to mention Jay Briscoe on the show. They had kind of a graphic at the start, but they didn't have sort of the tribute that I think that they really wanted. Oh, interesting. But they've come to terms with it. They've came to an agreement. I think it's the right thing to do, and I think it's going to be a special episode. So before we go into tonight's episode, let's go through the full card as we always do. Let's put some music on. Yeah, baby! It's time for tonight's AEW Dynamite. Tonight's AEW Dynamite facing the family friend of the Briscoe brothers, Jay Lethal, in a match together. We get a family therapy session with Colten Gunn and Austin Gunn and the AEW Tag Team Champions Acclaimed, as well as Billy Gunn. Don't think that's going to go down too well, do you? Toni Storm versus Ruby Soho. Britt Baker, who was supposed to be in tonight's triple threat match, has been pulled out due to an injury, unfortunately. But we are getting Toni Storm and Ruby Soho, which I think will be a cracking match. We also have Ethan Page and Matt Hardy versus Jungle Boy and FTW champion Hook, who have been entertaining as hell on Dark Elevation and stuff like that. AEW TNT champion Darby Allin is defending his title against Buddy Matthews. Great to be a cracking technical match. And the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions Brian Cage is going up against Bryan Danielson, as Danielson looks to win bout 3 of his 5-match journey to the Ironman Match at Revolution against MJF. We've also got Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Action Andretti and Ricky Starks. I expected we was going to get that at the pay-per-view, but we're getting it tonight. And of course, AEW pays tribute to Jay Briscoe. Coming on now is Chris Jericho with Sammy Guevara entering the ring right now. That's where we are up to. Cool. Nice to see Ricky Starks in a good storyline. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Nice to see you all. Let's go through some comments. Welcome to the live stream of AEW Dynamite, says Sassy. Welcome, everyone. Please keep the Perth family in your prayers. Absolutely, man. They've had a tough time. They shared a beautiful photo of the daughters holding hands in the hospital beds. But yeah, that family must have been through a tough time. Oh my goodness, what are they doing? Oh my goodness, they're spinning and ripping off the pants. Of course they are. I assume it was Judas who was playing. I wasn't even listening. Action Andretti coming out now before Ricky Starks. Of course, Ricky Starks has the music and the charisma, doesn't he? Action Andretti, man, no, man. He's Jericho's taken a risk on this dude, and it is paying off, I think. Press that bell to never miss a video. Absolutely, man. We live stream this every Wednesday. We've been doing Elevation. I wanted to do Dark last night, but I didn't finish work till late. I was real annoyed. Where's that music? Where's that music coming from? Oh my, I've got some other music playing. Oh, where is that music playing from? That's real annoying. Oh, it's me. Oh, damn it. Stop. Completely forgot to stop it. Sorry, guys. What annoying music that was. Let's go. There I am, like, closing windows. Like, why is this not finishing it? Cool. Our shop is open for all your shopping needs. Check in the description. Absolutely. Patreon and Super Chat. And I'm open for donations. Donations are appreciated, but optional. Absolutely optional. If you can, it really helps the channel. We just upgraded to 1080p on the StreamYard, which costs us a little bit more money. But I think the quality is much better, and I think you guys can agree. So, yeah, man, we're now live streaming in 1040p due to your support and your support as well, Sassy. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the show, comment, and have fun. Absolutely, that's what we do. Just a safe place to chat about wrestling, chat about what we're watching. We'll be streaming Friday Night SmackDown as well as the Royal Rumble. I'm covering the Royal Rumble this Saturday. Let's watch a lights out match, shall we? Hey, Mox Buddy, says Michael. Oh, yeah, says Sassy. Hi, Mox Buddy. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Doing good. Great to see you both. Thank you so much for joining me, Michael and Sassy. The Mox gang is here. Hey, all says Todd. Hey up, Todd. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Sammy Guevara and Action Andretti are the first two in the ring, locking up, and Sammy Guevara lifting Action Andretti over his head, getting into a lockup, and Sammy going around. Action Andretti able to get under his legs. So, I mean, these two have got potential to have great fun in the ring, haven't they? Sammy is great. We forget that because he's an annoying little brat. But whoa, backflip over a prone. Sammy crossbody though, not the best ending to it. Really nice stuff, man. Look at this. Action Andretti standing moonsault, but lands on his knee. And Sammy Guevara lands on his knee as well. They look like Spider-Man looking at each other. Awesome. Awesome little sequence of events. Hey, partner. Hey, Sassy. I see Ant on Ant time. Mate, I was here. I always got to love him. Yeah, man. Yeah, we do. Mate, I was looking at, like, what ghost figures I could buy. Hi, Todd and Ant. How are you guys, mate? I'm great. Mate, I've got work in, like, 7 hours, and I'm doing a 14-hour day. And here I am streaming, because that's what you should do when that happens. Absolutely not. But I was like, I cannot miss this episode. So there we go. That's why I'm here. I'm doing it for you guys, and I'm really excited for it anyway. Jeff, the Cincinnati brother, has joined us. What is up, Ant? What is up, Jeff? Nice to see you, brother. How's it going? How's Joey? How's life in general, mate? How's life in general? I'm off to WrestleMania in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be in your fair country. In Hollywood, LA, I believe. Yeah, should be fun. Hey, Cincy in the house. Hey, Mike. Hey, Jeff. What's up? What's up? Welcome to Ant's Lounge. Absolutely. The boudoir. Welcome to the boudoir, Jeff. Evening, says Dan. Evening, mate. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. If you want to join me, all you got to do is call. You know that. As Action Andretti drop kicks Sammy Guevara off the apron, going for the run. Sammy Guevara jumping over the head, and then a backflip. Man, these two are great. Really getting a lot of time in the ring as well with just these two, which is excellent. Saving the sort of Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho stuff. Let's get a poll up, shall we? Let's get a poll up. Start a poll. Who wins? Because I've just seen Hassan's name, and I bet I know what Hassan asked for. I need to get on it more. There we go, guys. There's the poll for in chat for you. As Sammy and Action Andretti take it to the outside. Hi, Dan the Wizard. What's that music, mate? Mate, it's me just being a douche and not like turning it off as I was supposed to. Good evening, Dex. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you. One of our Hulkamaniacs, Dex there. You can see that by his awesome card. We've got all the Hulkamaniacs in right now. Dan, Sassy, and Dex. Rock and roll. Lol, says Michael. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Mox crew in the house. Absolutely. Yeah, Dex is a Mox boy as well, isn't he? Have you guys all voted on that video I put up this weekend? Dom's winning, by the way, guys. Which means that, what is it? What did we do? Best wrestler in the world? It means that the Hulkamaniacs think that Roman Reigns is the best wrestler in the world. Check out that video we did on Saturday. It was good fun, man. And you can vote for whose argument you agree with. Is it mine? Is Roman Reigns the best wrestler in the world? Or is Kenny Omega the best wrestler in the world? Go and watch that video, man. We had a lot of fun doing that. And we've got another one coming out on Saturday. So check that out, man. You had me going through my tabs wondering, WTF what's way? Mate, me too. It wasn't just you. I'm sorry, Dan. I was muting the fight. Hey, here comes Ricky Starks and Jericho. Face to face, crowd on the feet. chop, 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 chop. Oh, punch, 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 punch. Calling the action. Why is there no commentator that does that? We keep running the ropes. End up able to put Jericho down with the clothesline. Big boot from Jericho. Come on, baby. Jericho shouting as he gets to the top rope. And Ricky Starks threatens to get him into the walls early on. You can't. Oh, no. Slingshot. Hey. Hey, Todd. Good to see you. Good to see you, Dan. Vote and Paul, absolutely. Yo, DT, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much for joining me. We've got 14 people in chat. I hope there's 14 likes on this video. Someone give me an update as to how many likes we got on the video. Hi, DT, The Rock. Sammy Guevara is top-class heel. He has so much heat. I know, man, and we forget that because we all hate him, but we all love him at the same time for hating him. Man, look at that cutter. Look at that cutter. Sammy Guevara jumping off the top rope onto the lifted Ricky Starks from Jericho. Beautiful cutter. Holy chip chants from the crowds, mate. Oh, AEW crowds have been the best recently. The vote, please. I'm sorry, Hassan. It is there, my friend. Man, look at that. Look at that. Cracking stuff. Let's get the thingy on, shall we? Oh, mate, I haven't done any of the tags out for the video. Oh, damn it. I'll get it done. Don't worry, guys. I will get it done while watching the match. Jericho with his middle fingers in the air right now, showing disrespect to a what sounds like a wonderful audience already. So yeah, guys, with me being at work super early in the morning, I won't be carried on after the stream. We'll just be doing this, and then I will be getting myself to bed ASAP. I hope you all understand. But yeah, I've got a training course tomorrow. Safeguarding, great, can't wait. Sammy Guevara standing on the chest of Ricky Starks going for the pin, but the disrespect doesn't get him anywhere as he tags in Jericho. Hi, DT and Hassan. Mate, you've got everyone. I'm tired, but yeah, I'll join you tonight, I think. Rock and roll, Dan. Let me send you the link, invite, because I'm doing 100 things at once. Let me send you the link on Twitter, my dude. So we're getting Dan, guys, from Pro Wrestling Eve. We've got a wrestling promoter joining us to hang out and watch this incredible, what will be an incredible show, man. I mean, this is a big moment, man. I sent you the link on Twitter, Dan. Come and join me, man. It'd be nice for people to hear from you. We've not heard from you for a while, Dan. We miss you, man. Hey, Hulkamaniacs, Normal. Welcome, buddy. Someone who's always been very generous with the super chats, as well as Jeff, as well as buddy Dex and Sassy, and you guys made this happen. Thank you so much. Life's pretty sweet in the AFC Championship game. Joey's chilling here. Nice one. Hey up, Joey. How you doing, mate? If you haven't got me on your stream, that's a viewer I'm missing. Put it in your phone. Put it in your pocket. Ask Jeff for a charger. Oh, so you're watching the Bengals, are you, mate? Are they playing now? Yeah, Dan says Sassy. What with Matt Briscoe versus Jay Lethal happening? Yeah, it is happening tonight. It is happening tonight. So it should be. I think it's going to be a beautiful tribute. The crowd's going to go insane for it. Massive elbow from Action Andretti. Action Andretti and Andrade have been excellent in this. Not Andrade. Sammy have been excellent in this ring. Excellent in this ring. Backbreaker and a neck breaker onto Sammy Guevara as Action Andretti goes under and delivers the same to Jericho. He looks smoother with Sammy, though. It looks smoother with Sammy. Yeah, Dan. Greetings out in chat. Patrick Monk. Hooday. How you doing, man? Lovely to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hi, Patrick. I don't. Omega. I know, right? I know. But apparently everyone thinks you can vote in the community tab. Just, watch the video and vote for who you think won the argument. But, you can either vote for Ant or vote for Dom. Your call. I'm losing, guys, and I want to win. Massive DDT from Ricky Starks onto Sammy Guevara there. I don't want to make like 50 accounts to go vote on myself. A twisting crossbody where he just lands a bit low, but still able to sort of save himself as he's falling down. 17 people in. I hope we got 17 likes. I hope we got 17 likes. Hey, Joey, how's life, dude? Yeah, thanks, Joey. Thanks, Joey. Who put in the votes in for the Rumble? Mate, we've got a predictions video coming up on Friday. We'll be hanging out with you guys live, so check that out. And then obviously we'll be hanging out at the Rumble. Mate, content galore. I was hoping to do Dark last night. We did Elevation on Monday. It was really good. I didn't finish work I didn't get in till it started. So I didn't think I'd finish that late. I was working. What show was it last night? Some comedian. I can't remember his name. Ricky Starks going down. Jericho able to get Action Andretti out. Massive spear from Ricky Starks onto Jericho. Massive spear. I've got a real nice coffee as well. Sammy Guevara going for the break, but instead elbowing Jericho. Jericho not looking happy about it. But while Ricky Starks is throwing Guevara out, Jericho gets a pin, but he doesn't actually get the pin. He goes for the pin. Code breaker, but Ricky Starks able to catch him, lifting him up. Massive sit-down powerbomb. Ricky Starks, Chris Jericho taking powerbombs from Ricky Starks. Awesome stuff, man. Hey, Sassy, says Joey. Life is good, Sassy. Hope all is well with you. Mate, thank you all so much for the wonderful comments. It's great to see you all greeting each other and just hanging out. 3 likes on YouTube. Are you effing kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? Come on. It's free. It's free. Just hit the like button. Don't if you've already done it. Sorry, I've not been here since winter is coming. DT, it's all good, man. It's all good. Thanks for joining us tonight, brother. Able to get the knees up on that springboard moonsault from Jericho. Jericho getting his knees up. No, we're just glad you're here, DT, man. Just glad you're here, mate. As Sassy says, Joey, it is. Nice to have you, DT. Hi, Norma, says Sassy. A few more weeks, and you get Dom's white sauce all over you. Yes, we are going to WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt will be there. I'm just going to have my video out to record him all for you guys. That's my video, my camera. Is that all right? Hey up, Sassy, says Norma. You know already Darby versus Buddy will be a banger. Mate, of course it will be. There's some good matches on this card. Constantly AEW mixing it up, man. I just can't wait for that Matt Briscoe and Jay Lethal match. I think it's going to be emotional, man. Andretti landing on his feet after being tossed back from Sammy Guevara and a reverse hurricanrana, spiking Sammy on the top of his head. Action Andretti. He's got him. Oh, hanging neck breaker. Will we do the People's Championship for the Rumble or Saturday Anthem? Absolutely, we will, Todd. As one of our members who constantly wins predictions, Todd with the best predictions. Oh, Ricky starts with a Rochambeau on the outside to Jericho. Rochambeau outside. That just leaves Sammy Guevara and Action Andretti in the ring. Oh, he goes for a coffin drop, but Action Andretti catching him on his shoulders. Guevara's got the rope, so Garcia's looking at getting involved on the apron. Massive hit with a bat, man. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Go to sleep, says Sammy Guevara to Action Andretti. What pricks, man. Garcia smiling away. He got the win. What are you doing? A triple threat at the pay-per-view? You got to have Garcia in that, haven't you? So who do you put with Ricky Starks and Andretti? Maybe we find out right now. Someone going to come and say that wasn't right. Ricky Starks and Action Andretti. Who would you put with them? Who would you put with them? Who would you put with them that will overshadow Starks? Interesting. Are all 4 of you going to be on the Rumble stream? No, it's not me. I think it's just me and Dan this week. But we're streaming it live from my house, so we'll both be on the same. I can hit him in the nuts. It's going to be great. Toni Storm and Ruby Storm. I wonder how Britt Baker got. Oh, Ant, can you send me the link on Facebook? I can't get into Twitter at the moment. Of course I can, my friend. Sorry, mate, if you've tried putting that. I've literally just seen this thing. My life, I'll becoming. Getting a moment to honor the life and career of Jay Briscoe. Ring of Honor is how he feeds his family. Man. Oh, no, that little girl. Love that video of him doing the cheerleading dance with his daughter. Oh, bless him, man. Kevin Steen, Christopher Daniels, Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, Marie Kanellis in there, FTR, and the Briscoes. Massive trilogy of 3 matches. Might be the end of an era, but it damn sure ain't the end of the Briscoe. Man, too young. Way too young, man. Well done, AEW. Well done, Tony Khan, for sticking with it, man. And whew. Thank you, Jay. Chants from the crowd. Mate, that's the main event. Matt Briscoe and Jay Lethal. Brilliant. Man, sad. TNT Championship match coming on now. A long flight from the UK to Los Angeles. Hope they stop cracking on that flight, mate. If not, I'll have a bottle in my bag just to annoy the crap out of everyone on that plane. Don't you worry. I'll be sat next to Dom and Dan, jabbing them either side. It'll be great. Oh, Julia Hart coming out now. We'll get the House of Black. Oh, it's no, of course it's not. It's Buddy Matthews, isn't it? Nice to see Julia Hart with him. Where is WrestleMania? It's LA, mate. It's LA this year. Yes, I sent you it, Dan. I heard New Japan Pro Wrestling heel Asuka will be coming back at the Rumble. Maybe so, man. I mean, they haven't announced many ladies for the Rumble, so I'd expect quite a lot of surprises, really, for the Rumble this Saturday. So looking forward to that. It should be a fun stream. I love the Royal Rumble. I think it's a great, great match. Buddy Matthews coming down now with Julia Hart. Let's see what you guys voted on the poll. We had a good split, man. A good split. 56 people thought Starks and Andretti. 43% thought JAS. I don't know who I would have said, to be honest. I should have thought about that before watching the match, because now it's a bit easy to say who I think would win. Yeah, well, there we go. Seems like a good match to start off if we don't know the outcome, right? Who wins? Is it Buddy Matthews? Oh, mate, I can't spell Matthews. I'm over it. My dyslexia is bad today. Darby Allin. There we go. Who wins, guys? Vote in the chat. Put Sean Spears with them. Not a bad shout, man. Not a bad shout. Obviously, part of the original, wasn't called Jericho Appreciation Society, was it? It was called The Inner Circle, of course. There we go. Yeah, so that's a good idea, man. We'll put Hook with him. I was thinking Jungle Boy, maybe. Also, do you like heel Saraya and Toni? I don't like the story they've got to get to it, TT. I think I'm cool with the outcome, but like I thought the way they got to it was just garbage. Just garbage, to be honest with you. It annoyed me. Let me put it that way. Let's put some tags in this video, shall we? Oh, not that tag. As Buddy Matthews in the ring. All the light on his mask right now. I assume you guys are in break because this is I haven't turned monetization on. Nice one. Plonker. Mate, I'm so bad at setting these things up. Details. I don't know if you guys saw it. I did an opening of the All Elite crate for this month as well. That was a lot of fun. A lot of really nice stuff in that. The t-shirt is banging. I did a short showing it off, and a beautiful FTR t-shirt. And I'm repping tonight as well. I'll probably wear that one at the Rumble because it's so good. This one tonight, my Blackpool Combat Club t-shirt, forged in combat, the BCC. There we go, man. Nice. That was from the All Elite crate. dead happy with that All Elite crate, man. Oh my God, I can't imagine how his kids feel. So heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for all of them, man. Yeah, devastating. And his kids are currently in hospital with really serious injuries. God, hurts, man. It's horrible. Sad. Here we go. Darby Allin's music playing, so we must be back from break. It breaks my heart saying this, mate. Michael, it breaks my heart too. But stay strong and value what you've got around you. Because it can all go so quickly. It can all go so quickly, as we've all seen, I guess, in many parts of our life. So, yep, it's a lesson for us all to live longer, live harder. That's what we've got to do, guys. And with you, Mike? Yeah, man. How was with you? You could see me getting welled up about it, and that's fine. I didn't know the dude at all, but sad. Just sad. Not a lot else to say about it, is it, guys? It's really bloody sad. Here we go, guys. Let me get a banner up for you guys. There we go. Me too. Seeing Julia makes me wonder what happened to Varsity Blondes. I've not done a lot, but then you can't spotlight every team on AEW. So I wonder if they've been on Dark more. I've not been watching Dark. We've been doing Dark Elevation streams on a Monday, which has been cracking. It's great to have so many of you hang out with me on that as well. Thank you so much. Can I get a vote? It's absolutely up. Pass on. You get your vote in. Jungle Hut versus Hardy and Ethan Page tonight. Yes, man. And Ethan Page has been fantastic on Elevation. We've enjoyed him a lot. What about add Hook to the 3-man 6? Yeah, man. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with Hook. I'd be down with Jungle Boy. It feels like it's got to be a 6-man. It might be all of the Jericho Appreciation Society and just a way to get more people in. They might even put Darby and Sting with them, just to get them on the show. It's what they do, don't they? Sometimes they have these sort of big matches with lots of people in to try and high knee from Buddy Matthews starting off the match as he's got his skull paint on. Man, Buddy Matthews with the skull paint. Nice stuff. I believe Excalibur was crying. Understandably, Official Misfits Gamer. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, it was sad, man. It was sad. I think Hardy becomes broken tonight. Oh, they're going to want something big a few days from the Rumble. I'd be down with that. That's the All Elite crate. That's the unboxing video that I did. If you're ever interested in buying it, just check out that video, see what you get in it, man. I won't even say this was the best one we've had. Like, there's been some really good ones. Got Jay Lethal's autograph. Obviously, Jay Lethal in a big match tonight, so that's nice. Jesus. Storm the Desert. Nice to see you, brother. I hope Buddy Matthew wins. Last thing we need again is House of Black to be Sting and Darby's whipping boys like they were before they took a break. Yeah, man. Buddy Matthews. I don't think Buddy Matthews was winning. I think this is Darby's win. Bouncing Darby Allin off the barricades. Them new barricades are bought with the sturdier floors. Oh, don't powerbomb him onto it. Not into the corner. Oh, he's able to get the reversal. Nice, man. Nice tease into it. And slamming Buddy Matthews into them barricades. Oh, there's the Top Guys t-shirt. I'm so happy with my Top Guys t-shirt, guys. It's so good. Hi, Storm, says Sassy. Hey up, Storm. Darby Allin doesn't let Buddy get back into the ring. Slams him back into the barricade. Darby getting back in and kicking Buddy Matthews in the head. Oh, nice. Buddy Matthews whipping the apron out from under the feet of Darby. Darby selling his knee here. Oh, what's that sound? Sounded like something's happening outside. I think Darby beats Buddy and Brody, then drops the title to Malachi. I'd be down with that, Jeff. I'd be down with that. That's a nice story up to Revolution, isn't it? Whether he wins or loses to Malachi, but it's a nice... Oh, double knees onto the apron, man. Double knees onto the apron. Dan, if you're in chat, mate, I've sent you the link on Facebook, my friend. On your Dan Reed account, mate. Joey, the guy ringside wearing a Bengals jersey, is the best dressed fan in attendance. The Cincy Bengals, Joey and Jeff supporting them tonight. Are you guys? So is that match tonight, lads? Is this part of the? Is this the Super Bowl playoffs? Because I know that's in a couple of weeks, isn't it? Tell you what, if the Bengals make it through and I'm free, I'll do a Super Bowl watch along on the channel. How about that? We'll get the Cincy boys in. You can tell me about American football. Coffin drop sends Buddy Matthews reeling back. Actually, I don't know how I'd do that. I don't know how to watch the Super Bowl on. I'm just promising something that I can't do. And I don't even be interested in the halftime show. Oh, the lights have gone out. The lights have gone out. As Buddy Matthews is put back into the ring. Down to 4 teams in NFL. Nice, man. Are the Jaguars still in it then? The lights are back up. And Brody King and Malachi Black are on the ramp. I don't know if we need to do that for just the sort of arrival on the ramp. Ortiz! Oh, well, there's your match for Revolution. Ortiz with a kendo stick attacking Brody King. Sting attacking Brody King. Yeah, that's your match of Revolution, guys. Buddy Matthews. Big bomb to Darby. How about you build up to this match of Revolution and then drop the title to Malachi at the Dynamite after Revolution? There we go. There's some booking. I think Kushida should beat Cassidy for the title. It certainly gives Kushida the little push he needs, but he was damn fine in last week's match, wasn't he? The lights are out. Yes, they've wrestled off the stage. The Jaguars have been eliminated. Mate, Joey, I wanted the Jaguars to win just so that Vince McMahon would have to give a WWE belt to the Khans. Would they ask for custom AEW plates? Oh, mate, in my All Elite crate, I got a AEW luggage name and address thing. Luggage tag, that's the word. A luggage tag. So I'm going to be going to WrestleMania with my AEW luggage tag, and I'm dead happy about it. As were the Buffalo Bills. Oh, the Buffalo Bills have been eliminated, have they? Cool, man. Cool, dude. Nice to see you all. Thank you. We've got 19 people in. Hit that like button. It really helps me out. And go vote on that bleeding poll, guys. Watch the video from Saturday we did. Dom versus Ann. I'm losing. Help me out, man. Help me out. That's hilarious regarding the Jags. I know, right? It would have been so ironic. Cannonball sending both men into the turnbuckle very aggressively. You give me the thumbs up when you're ready, my love. HOB don't need constantly to be losing to Sting and Darby. You're absolutely right, Storm. Unfortunately, at the minute, they need to get them on the card. They need to figure out a way to do it. And I think that's how they're going to do it, Storm the Desert Man. Chris Leclerc, welcome, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. He says the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals, and San Francisco 49ers are left. And Dan's just left. He might be having sound issues. That's all cool, man. Dan will be joining us very soon. It's going to be nice to get his insight into this, as well as seeing Toni Storm and her sort of match against Ruby Soho, which has potential to be great. Both women are fantastic wrestlers. Was Rampage thing at Eddie Kingston tweener turn or full heel turn? I haven't seen the Rampage thing. I haven't watched the Rampage for weeks, man. I need to get on that. I need to find time. Hi, Chris, says Sassy. Chris, nice to have you with us, mate. Nice to have you with us. Dan may want to do a Super Bowl watch along with you. His 49ers will probably be in it. Nice. Okay, cool. So he can... Look, I used to watch a bit of the Super Bowl a few years ago. I was watching it. And about 10 years ago, I was watching it. So I get the basic rules, I guess. I like a Hail Mary. I like a Bloody Mary as well. Heel turn, says Sassy. Eddie Kingston's done a heel turn. Wow. Chris says Jay Lethal and Matt Briscoe is going to be good. It's going to be emotional. I think it's going to be emotional. I think it's going to be emotional for everyone watching. I think it's going to be emotional for the audience. And I think it's going to be emotional for them guys, man. But one of the things AEW do, man, we saw it with the Brody Lee tribute. They know how to pay the respects to performers. Are you ready, my dude? Are you happy? Yeah, rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to introduce a fan of the podcast, and you guys are all a fan of him. The Booker man from Pro Wrestling Eve. It's none other than Dan. Dan, how are you doing, mate?
Hello. I had to take an extra moment there. The video got me more than I anticipated. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I've just got to sort out my sound, my end, but that's not your problem. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, that video got me, bruv. Like,
yeah. No, I get it, man.
Tonight's going to be. I knew it would be. Do you know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm up. But it's going to be a rough one.
Did you ever work with the Briscoes or...
Yeah, many times.
Did you?
And
I'm so sorry, Dan.
I even got to do the. I was part of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
In 2005, 2006, and they did the first ever UK tour. And so I got to do the tour with them.
Wow.
And they, but like I got to know the pair. I got on really well with the pair of them. That's why, like, when the infamous tweet happened, I was surprised, right? What I'm not surprised about is how, like, he, changed his thinking and he educated himself. I don't know what Jay was going through at that time in life. Like, none of us know what he was going through at that period of time anyway. We don't know what was happening. But I got on really well with him.
Dude, I don't know the details about the tweets, but what I'd say about that is we all make mistakes, man.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why, like, I'm not surprised that, like, that it was, just a moment. I say just a moment. I'm not trying to downplay it, but it's like,
massive Booker bomb.
That's not who he is. That's not who he was, and like that
not
he
who
changed.
You knew him as.
Because he like the Briscoes are actually two of the guys that I got on with the best.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of things like when you become quite a known and famous wrestler, a load of wrestlers tend to kind of forget where they came from, and they're enjoying, especially because you're looking at the age range as well, and there's a lot of testosterone going around, and a lot of people kind of try to big league other people, and they enjoy being a star, and that's the reason why you hear things like like about groupies or rats, they would say in wrestling, because it's a load of youngsters getting to live this fantasy lifestyle of being a celebrity. Wrestling is the world where you can pretend to be the person that you wish you were, but because of kayfabe, people actually think you are that person, and that kind of gives like this kind of invulnerable or invincibility feeling because it's not really you, and you get to be this superstar, and you're a celebrity on such a whole other level to people. And so a lot of people treat people like crap. I saw, and they especially don't value, your runners, your crew, your whatever, your people that really help make shows happen. This, your job is basically crew for a living.
Yeah,
you're not the person on the stage. You're the person that makes everything happen so that there can be a stage in the first place.
Absolutely.
And I saw the Briscoes treat everyone the same. Crew, wrestlers, fans. I saw them treat everyone the same. And that doesn't, this because of your shoot job. You don't see that from a lot of people.
You don't. I mean, when you do see it, it feels great. When you give respect to the people. I mean, having sort of Robert Plant come up to me, Robert Plant, lead singer from Led Zeppelin, massive respect to him, and say, you went above and beyond today for me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And it's like, you remember that, man. You remember that moment, and you should always give that time to people, and especially when people are working hard to make you look as good as you possibly can. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, obviously I do, and that's really cool. And it's sadly not as common as it should be.
No.
And that is one of the things, especially in wrestling, because it's such a macho, testosterone-induced industry. where, and like I say, kayfabe plays such a big part in that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's especially rare when someone starts. Like, I could tell you some of the tours that I've done with some, you know, people where they were just, I saw some people just flat out ignore children asking for autographs. Just ignore like they weren't.
Oh
even
no,
there.
man, no, you don't
You
need to
know?
do that.
No, I'm not saying on that tour. I'm just saying on some of the others, you know, that I've been a
Yeah.
part of and people that I've worked with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I say, the Briscoes, man, they treated everyone the same. Wrestlers, crew, fans, great people. So I've gone on and on and on. Right now, Darby got the win, and now we've got Samoa Joe.
Oh, Samoa Joe wants his belt back. No, you ain't gone on and on, mate. You knew someone that we're here to celebrate tonight, and it's wonderful hearing your story, and I think it gives people a lot of insight into Jay Briscoe's mindset and what he's done. So thank you. And if you need to take a break at any point, Dan, don't hesitate. It's all good, man. We understand.
Cheers, bruv.
If number 30 in the women's match is Nia Jax, that is an L. Nia Jax, she could come back. I don't know. You don't really hear much of her these days. The Wizard is here, says Todd. A banger match. It was really good. A really good match.
Can I just check something, right? So we're doing, you know, the third match because those two are they're 1-on-1, Darby and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the Joe versus Wardlow feud?
Well, it kind of moved it onto Darby to get him away from it. I think you can say that as well, mate. You can say that as well with Wardlow and Hobbs. Here's the interesting thing: Samoa Joe cut off Wardlow's hair in the last time we saw him.
Yeah,
and we haven't seen any fallout from that yet.
Right. This is what I mean. This is like there's a. I get it. I do. We got a Adam Cole return to action video playing right now.
Adam Cole,
classic babyface build up for the return. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so him training, him getting ready. What's he going to be like? This is a big redemption arc for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of things that like start and stop. You know, like. I mean, what was whatever they were called? Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole. There's one other. I've forgotten who's not with them anymore.
Fish, Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish. You know, we were teased that versus Young Bucks and Kenny. That never happened, of course. And now, I mean, it won't happen now unless some people get rehired.
Yeah, when Kenny got injured, and then Adam Cole got injured, and it's just gone.
No, Bobby Fish was gone.
Oh, this is great.
Before Cole was injured, I think, as well.
Cut the music down.
We just found out as well that it's Revolution is where Adam Cole's going to make his return.
Nice. Ethan Page has been great on Elevation, man. He's a prick. He's great. Not letting him play that theme tune. Cut the music.
Bear with me.
Isaiah Cassidy saying, all right, good. Isaiah Cassidy saying, hell no, and showing off the Ethan Page t-shirt. Put my chain on dead ass. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. They've put on Ethan Page's music. Normally, on Elevation, they've been putting on the Hardy Boys music again. And Ethan Page is like singing along to it, going, let's go, Ethan Page.
I do actually try to watch Dark and Elevation.
It's been great, mate. I've loved it. It's one of the best things on it.
Well, normally it's a great place to see Emi Sakura. However, that won't be where she'll be wrestling this week.
Oh, where's she wrestling this week, Dan?
Well, I'm sure we'll find out throughout this show.
Oh, okay. I was saying on the Elevation stream, actually, it would be good to see Sakura on Dark. So,
yeah.
Sorry, on Dynamite. Dex says the one true king of television wants all of his kingdom back. Talking about Samoa Joe. Don't question it. Tony Khan's booking hasn't made sense for years. A lot of it has made sense, Storm. Not when it comes to Tony Storm. But there's been a lot of it that's made sense. There's been a lot of it that's been for the last year. There's been a lot of missteps as well. A lot of missteps.
Starts, is what I would say. I mean, there's obviously been a reason for it. But sometimes I worry that the reason is because of wanting to do a match, but excuse me, wanting to do a match, but not wanting to have anyone lose.
Yeah, maybe so, man. Maybe so.
That's how it's come across. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's certainly how it's come across.
Yeah, could be, man. Could be. Sorry. So we've got the tag match going on now. It's Ethan Page and Matt Hardy versus Jungle Boy and Hook. There you go, guys. There is a poll in the chat if you want to vote on who you think is going to win. Who do I think is going to win? Jungle Boy and Hook.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win?
Maybe Jungle Boy and Hook, innit? They're trying to build Jungle Boy and Hook up. This is like a build-up match, to be honest with you.
I mean,
beautiful.
It depends. Are we keeping Jungle Boy and Hook together? Or are we using this as a... What matches have we seen so far? Is it just the tag? No, we had the tag and...
The tag and Darby Allin and Buddy Matthews.
Yeah. So
Ethan Page with the trip. Yeah, JAS getting the win off the
really good match. Really good match.
Yeah, man, really good match. Yeah, Guevara and Andretti looked incredible. Incredible. Jungle Boy being lifted on a stalling suplex by Matt Hardy and Ethan Page. Darby Joe was a secondary story in the Joe Wardlow feud. Dex thinks that Wardlow will come back to cost Joe that rematch to pick their story back up. Could do. It's interesting because you've got the House of Black stuff going on with Sting, Darby now, and now you've also introduced Joe into it. So interesting.
Didn't other people get involved in? Ortiz and
Ortiz, yeah,
and Eddie Kingston. So Ortiz and Eddie Kingston move on now to. Well, Ortiz and Eddie Kingston are in with the House of Black.
Okay.
I think the Darby Sting thing was actually paid off a while ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta love Matt Hardy. What a soldier, mate! He's been doing this for years. He's still doing it, still entertaining us. He's got stuff left in him for sure.
He's got a lot left. I still feel he's got a fair bit left. I still feel he's got when he came in and he had that great run feuding with Sammy Guevara and they did that fantastic Stampede match,
Yeah, man.
I still think he's got more of that kind of thing left in him.
Mate, I just want him to go to that extreme again. I feel like we haven't seen that extreme. And I'm not talking about Team Extreme. I'm talking the Broken-esque stuff. I think it's great.
TLCs?
And I think the what, sorry?
Chairs?
No, the Broken Matt Hardy.
Oh, Broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
I suppose the thing is, it's just like the Broken character requires a lot of television time.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not going to give it that television time, then I think they'd struggle.
Mate, I think you've got. I don't necessarily think it needs to be Dynamite, or it can spill over to Dynamite. You've got Dark and Elevation, man. Matt Hardy could main event that every week, a bit like they're using Athena at the minute in Elevation.
I mean, I suppose there's always a chance in their mind that they're hoping that Jeff will be able to come back.
Well, I'm sure they do, but I don't know. I still don't think that's the exciting thing with Matt Hardy. I think, like, giving the Broken thing back, get them to sort of run their own production company and create matches for Dark every week. And guess what? You will get more people watching Dark because...
Well, to be fair, there also needs to be some credit thrown at Jeremy Borash for those matches as well.
Yeah.
There was in Impact anyway. But yeah, I'm sure that like they could do some really good stuff. I've no doubt. I definitely feel that like we're not seeing, and I feel bad saying this because it's like I'm not trying to undervalue him being with Ethan Page and any stories they're doing there. but I definitely feel that like we're missing something.
Yes, but I feel like they've done it a few times with Matt Hardy. I don't think the big money Matt stuff worked very well.
It didn't. It didn't have enough TV time though.
True. Yeah. True. Yeah.
I do like this when Ethan Page tries to do Hardy Boy stuff. It backfires.
Oh, it's great, man. He's so good. And a boot from Jungle Boy going over the top now. Sending Matt Hardy out. Am I a bit behind you, by the way? Tag to Hook.
I mean,
Hook
I don't know. We were on exactly the same.
Oh, was we?
Man
with a fire. Bring in the fire. Bless you, says Sassy. Thank you, love. I still think we should call this team Parry Hook here. You just seen what, sorry?
Hook do a T-bone and tag in Jungle Boy.
I ain't seen him tagging. Let me hit the live button. Oh, yeah, okay. Jungle Boy's in the ring. And Hook going over the top rope. Lands on the apron, though. Hook able to grab Ethan Page from behind. Matt Hardy throwing him into the apron, though. Hook and Perry is my vote. Nice, Sassy. Nice. Yeah, I think so.
Brian Cage and Bryan Danielson being advertised right now for tonight. And, of course, it came out that Brian Cage's contract expires in a few weeks.
Yeah, man. Be interesting. I think that'd be a
because he's currently 1/3 of the Ring of Honor Trios tag team or 6-man tag team champions.
So we'll definitely get a 6-man tag on Dynamite in the next few weeks, where we're speculating whether Brian Cage is staying with the company or not.
I mean, we all know that he ain't winning.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's the whole thing. It's not about whether or not he wins. It's about whether or not he breaks the arm and injures Bryan Danielson. That's the story.
Which is a good stipulation to put into the match. Not stipulation, but...
Well, at least it adds something.
Yeah.
Because the result is not in question.
That's right.
Brian Cage's win-loss record in AEW, I'm pretty sure, is...
Pretty dire, man. I mean, there was talk of him going to WWE a while ago. Oh, the snare trap taps out Ethan Page. Jungle Boy and Hook getting the win. Building up that team. A decent match, Dan.
Yeah, it was a decent match. Yeah, I mean, he's got wins on people on Dark and Dark Elevation, but like...
It's Brian Cage. Mate, every time he's been on Dynamite, he's lost,
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find where he last won on... I mean, he won on Rampage back at the start of November against Dante Martin. That was in a tournament match, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Before then was when he had the match against Samoa Joe, which really kind of put him back on the radar in many ways.
It was. Oh, they've got LEDs down the ramp.
Or was it Wardlow? The Wardlow Brian Cage match. I can't remember.
I don't know which was first. I feel like they're both on.
But yeah, like he wasn't on. So his first match back was actually against. He was in a battle royal on the 21st of September.
Yeah,
he basically went a year of not being
on TV.
Yeah, it was like
man.
Looks like the 1st of September. Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Brian Cage, Ricky Starks defeats Brian Cage on the 6th of October. And then after that, other than the Jericho Cruise, he didn't work again until 21st of September. He basically went a year.
A year without being on TV. It's incredible, isn't it, when you've got a guy
Elevation.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
He might have been injured.
No, I mean, he might have been injured for part of it, but he certainly wasn't injured for all of it, because I remember him tweeting about how they've just got nothing for us. Right. Oh, we've got the family therapy session right now with...
It is with Colten Gunn, Austin Gunn, and the Acclaimed with Billy Gunn.
Do they not have a therapist? Oh, no, there's the therapist.
There is a therapist, yeah. The Gunn saying that they helped Bowens when he was in a wheelchair. They did.
Trying to see
the
who
therapist needs to get involved here.
From a wrestler.
The what? Sorry.
Okay, so the Gunn kids saying our faults as sons is your failure as a father to Billy Gunn.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, like the kids did turn on their dad and beat up their dad. I mean, that's a pretty.
They're wanting the belts off the Acclaimed.
Did the therapist get any lines?
No. She let them all argue and nothing else. What a load of garbage that was. That was advertised last week as well. That was a big Acclaimed moment. No, didn't rate it. Didn't rate it. Sorry, guys. Next up, we're getting Brian Cage and Bryan Danielson at the top of the hour. It's going to be exciting. This segment is a little too rushed to land. Agreed, man. It was
and then later on, Hangman Page and Ethan Page. Maybe we can get Christian Cage involved. There's a lot of
Brian and Brian.
Bro, we got Brian and Brian. Yeah.
Guys, we had 100% of people thinking that Jungle Hook was going to win. Well done, everyone. It's very rare we get 100%, Dan. We had 100% on that one.
And there we go. Yeah. I was going to say,
does that mean it's not worth it? There's no coming out of that match, apart from maybe dissension between Ethan Page and Matt Hardy, but you're not going to see that on Dynamite.
I think it's just get them on TV and try to forward that story by giving them a little bit of TV time.
There we go.
I think that's what it was. I think it's like maybe I hope that people will then follow whatever they're doing on Dark or Elevation, maybe, or maybe it'll be used as a vehicle, like you say, to like get elsewhere, because we just saw, tag team wins.
There wasn't enough at the end to get anyone to care about the Page Hardy story.
No, there really wasn't. I mean, Jungle Hook feuding with anyone at the moment?
No, they're just having the sort of first few matches as a tag team, aren't they? So I get them sort of.
But it was a feud that put them together in the first place, wasn't it?
A feud between Jungle Boy and Hook? No.
It was Hook coming to the aid of Jungle Boy getting attacked. That's right. But wasn't it actually by Stokely's crew, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, it was Big Bill.
Yeah.
Big Bill and Lee Moriarty won it. So, yeah.
So there is something there, but I mean, we didn't get Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Oh, no, I think they did have a match, didn't they?
They did have a match. It was a tag match.
It certainly came out that there was nothing else there.
It was a tag match, and it was really good. And one of the really good things of it was a cracking suplex from Hook to Big Bill, who
that's right,
shot him across the ring. It looked great, man.
Yeah,
it looked great. Guys, make sure to vote in the poll. Who wins, Brian or Brian? Get your vote in now.
Done with Brian.
You reckon Brian's winning? I reckon Brian's winning.
I'll go one step further. Danielson.
Oh, okay.
It's an interesting thing here. Like, is there actually any matches tonight where we're kind of like unsure of the winner?
Yes, the first match.
Yep, agreed.
JAS and
although I still felt that it was kind of obvious that JAS had to win because the other two have just beaten those guys so much, like they were due a win.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Hangman promo. Hangman promo?
Yeah, man.
Hangman Page promo right now.
He's not wanting to go into his personal life. I'm still bidding up the John and Page thing. I feel like they've dropped the ball with Page a hell of a lot, man.
Oh, he wants to knock out John Moxley in Ohio.
He'll be ready. Is Ohio where Revolution's at?
So how about you fight me this Friday on
Okay, so on Rampage, Wheeler Yuta and Hangman Page. That'll be a good match.
It will be a good match. I do feel like they dropped the ball with Page, though, man. Ever since he got that title, which was an incredible story, and he should have been like the future star. That title reign was just not good.
Was it not good?
Yeah, I'd say it wasn't.
Who did you defend it against?
The first defense was against Adam Page, which was completely overshadowed by MJF and CM Punk and what they was doing. That felt like the main event of that pay-per-view, not Page and well,
the problem there with that match, and it's the problem that every championship match generally has on a television wrestling program, is whenever you've got a new champion, you know they ain't losing it in the first defense. And so you tend to go into any of those first and second, and quite often, possibly like third defenses, knowing that the champion is going to win. So it takes a little while before you start to really feel that the title is at the risk. That is deliberately a reason why I have changed the Eve title numerous times on a first defense, because in the real world, if anyone watches real combat sports, a lot of champions do lose the title in their first defense. It's a more realistic thing, and I want people, when they're watching an Eve show, to know that if you're getting a title match, that title might change. Not just because it's wrestling, and in wrestling we do the long title reigns and then we drop the title when someone's earned it. No, fuck off. It's storytelling.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and it's based on a reality. Like, this is a show about a wrestling show, So there's that to me is one of the big failures of professional wrestling as a whole. Is everyone gets for the most part, everyone gets these long title reigns, and so you don't buy into whoever's the first few challenges.
Yeah. She's no Dr. Shelby, says Michael. Agreed, Dex and Renee should have done it. Parry Hook, a better name for the tag team. It certainly is. TBS stream has crapped the bed. Oh, sorry, Dex. Is that for all of you in the US? Man is okay, Dex. Not for Norma. Oh, man. I hope you get it sorted soon. I hope they get it sorted soon. Right, so let's see if Danielson can come on top of this match. And I think, excitingly, let's see if Cage can break his arm, as well as the fact that we'll find out what the next step is for Danielson afterwards. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the problem right here is realistically, does anyone think that Bryan Danielson has beaten MJF at the pay-per-view? He's MJF's. I know MJF defended against Ricky Starks, but this is MJF's first pay-per-view defending as champ.
Do I think he could? No. Do I think that AEW could do it? Yeah, I think they could. I think it'd be a good time for him to maybe do it as well. I don't think it'd be bad to have Danielson as your world champion.
I don't think it'd be bad to have him as champ, but it's not their booking style and structure.
No. And that's
like it's not WWE's. It's not any. There isn't a single television wrestling company. Like, the only time that we've seen a champion lose fairly early on in the last I don't know how many years. It's really Big E. Like, and even then that was a rewrite.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only time that I think we've seen someone lose their title fairly early on. I don't think it was his first defense, but it was pretty early on.
But the other thing is, Dan, if you start moving the title around, people only whinge about hot potato win.
Well, that's the problem of you kind of got to get over that, because that's fans trying to be, we know what's best. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you can't, and you have to think about the fact that realistically, what's more important? A few loudmouths online saying, they're hot potato in the title, or people buying into the realism
Believing
that
the
title very
match,
well
yeah.
may change.
Well, a great example of that is Sasha and Charlotte, who had a feud a couple of years ago, and they were doing back and forth with the title, and it made the matches exciting because you didn't know which way they was going to go.
Yeah, we had back and forth for a title when I was a kid, and it made the matches exciting. Now, I think this is just a load of people think they know what's best, and they want everyone to have that epic title loss and that epic title reign. If every reign and every loss is epic, none of them are epic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to mention the fact that it's just not realistic.
No.
You know, like it's just not realistic. It does nobody any favors. You need to feel like that title is at risk at any time.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, if that person's in a title match, then they have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
And that's super important to make sure that you tell that story. Everyone wants their title winning, match to feel like I know Shawn Michaels defeating Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. The boyhood dream has come true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it can't. It shouldn't, because it shouldn't be. Not every character should have that kind of
motive.
No, and story. That should be different.
100%.
Oh.
Lifting up Danielson before sending him into the turnbuckle. The strength of Brian Cage is... I mean, look at him.
I'm definitely about 3 seconds ahead of you, so I'm just going to pause for 3 seconds.
That's all right, mate. Yeah.
2,
let's get into Skunk House. Renee giving interviews to dudes wanting to beat up her husband always makes me laugh. I think if they get the right character, German suplex there, if they get the right character, Joey, to really sort of play with the Renee angle, I think that can be some really exciting stuff, and I think it will happen.
It does feel a bit odd when you got a dude saying that he wants to knock her husband out in his hometown.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It does feel a bit like, but if you look, Renee's very good at putting these subtle facial expressions on at certain things that people say when it concerns Moxley.
Yeah.
But still, it does feel a bit odd.
Yeah. I agree. And Jeff agrees with you, Dan. He says, in real life, not everyone holds a title for 9 months. True, yeah. Jeff. Absolutely true. Mikhail says she can't watch AEW. There's been a couple of streaming issues in the US with TBS. Hopefully it sorts itself out for you very soon.
I mean, that's so sad to hear that, like, on tonight of all nights, that is something that's happening.
Yeah, Dex says TBS is crap with the bed. I hope you can find another way to watch it. It hurt him to follow Omega and Mox as champion. The charisma was out there, but maybe that is the problem, Sassy. But the problem is he had such a huge story going into that title reign. It was.
I also feel that he has a charisma. It's not the same kind of charisma. Like, I feel like he's a star. That's a level of charisma that's coming across to me. It's not just because he's a good wrestler. Like, I'm 22 years into this business. Just being a good wrestler is not going to be enough for me.
No.
Like, if you're convincing me that you're championship level, then there's numerous X factors. Now, granted, those numerous X factors aren't going to be for everyone, and maybe the X factors that he have isn't for Sassy. I was a massive Bret Hart fan growing up. Lord knows he was not the right kind of charisma for some people, and that's why the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart feud, which was baby back in the day, was because there were two different types of charismas and two different types of characters that were babies. But
I feel the booking failed, Paige, Dan.
I'm not going to disagree because I can't remember a load of it, so that in itself is quite telling. I do remember thinking to myself that it felt like a shame that Adam Cole was the first person to be, losing to Adam Page on a pay-per-view, because I felt that if it had been a couple of pay-per-views down the line, people would have bought into Adam Cole beating Adam Page.
Yeah.
So, and there's not many people that I think, you're going to be believing in dethroning him as the champion. So,
like I said,
kind of got rid of them. But I get it. The Punk thing really, I think, changed. And I get why they did it, though, because it's business,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it was the Punk thing. I mean, that really hurt a lot of things, when we look back in perspective, didn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was Punk's AEW run was phenomenal in many respects.
And successful.
Successful, yeah. In a lot of ways. Yeah. Hi, Mikhail. Sassy, very true. Why can't I watch AEW on DBS? It sounds like Mikhail and Dex having it. Mine is fine. Maybe the cable company. Booker D has a point. I don't think anyone is beating MJF till 2024. So I've kind of checked out and focused on the rest of the card, says Dex. So Dex agreeing with you, Dan. You know what I'd do? I'd give it to Cole.
To who?
Cole.
Adam.
Yeah. Do the back and forth with Cole and MJF for a bit. Why the frick not?
Oh,
beautiful.
He's so good. This is the thing. Brian Cage is so good.
He's reliable, isn't he? He's going to be there.
Yeah.
And he's fast in terms of getting to that next spot.
His timing's great. His timing's great.
So you have someone like Danielson doing what is a risky move, especially for a guy who's got a history with concussions, knowing that Brian Cage will be there to support him. Massive suplex there.
The guy is special, I loved that match with him and Wardlow. I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of two big guys going at it. It's not my bag, baby. Yeah, I think Dex, take the title off MJF, give it to Cole, give it back to MJF. It doesn't matter. I get that the 2024 thing's a story, but I also think it's a very risky story because WWE can shit all over that like really easily. If they want to hurt AEW, they can shit on it if they want to.
They could if there's any truth to the story, and it's not just a story now.
I think it is a story, Dan. I don't think Tony Khan, with the history between him and MJF and the negotiation issues that they had before, I think when that renegotiation happened, I think they've updated his contract. I think he's there till 2025 at least. And so the 2024 thing has become a story. But then it's quite easy for Triple H to say, to go into a press conference and say, we'd love to have MJF, but unfortunately we can't negotiate with him until 2025 because that's when his contract runs out. And instantly, WWF has shit all over that story that they've been building up for 2 years in AEW. It makes no sense.
Bear with me 2 ticks. My dog is requiring to be let out.
Good. No worries, man. All right. See you in a minute. So, yeah, that's my concern with the MJF story, guys. I think that it's got huge potential for WWE to shit all over it. Massive double suplex there from a superplex from Danielson to Brian Cage. Big man going down right there. I still want Shingo Takagi and Bryan Danielson match. Official Misfits Gamer. Hopefully we get it, man. Hopefully we get it. I needed to refresh the TBS site. Dex has managed to get it back working, Michael, so hopefully you can do exactly the same. I got to go charge my iPad. Good night. Love you all. Michael, I'll see you on Friday and Saturday. We'll have fun, man. We'll have fun. TBS is working here, fortunately. Good, Joey. Good. Bye, Mox, buddy. Have a good night. Isn't it great having Dan on the stream, man? Isn't it great? If any of you have any questions for Dan, like especially about Jay and Matt Briscoe, like go ahead, like ask them questions to him. Let him, give him an opportunity to speak. Like we've got someone on the stream that's worked with these like two performers, So I'm sure he'll happily share a story or two with you. Brian Cage now being caught in the ankle lock by Danielson. And guys, if you haven't liked the video, get it liked for me. It helps me out. I love Adam Cole, but he shouldn't have been the first challenger for Page. Agreed. I didn't think the match was very good. I thought that was a super kick heavy pay-per-view, if you remember. Rolling kick from Danielson. Massive kick to the top of the head from Danielson to Cage. A clothesline from Cage, but it misses. Danielson up on the shoulders. Powerbomb not into the turnbuckle, it's into the bloody ropes. And again, man, Danielson just letting Cage destroy him. Oh, man. And he gets the pin with the roll-up. Danielson able to get the pin. I didn't see as much of the arm work as I was expecting in that match. I kind of wanted to see a little bit more. I wanted to see some sort of wrench on the barricade or something like that, really sort of targeting the arm a lot more. Let's have a look at the vote. 83% of you thought Bryan was going to win. Did you choose the right Bryan? I bet there's a few that didn't. Mikhail, if it's not working, Dex has got it by refreshing the stream. So try refreshing the stream. See if that helps you out. And the bell is ringing as Brian Cage is attacking. MJF's coming out. It's MJF. I'm going to be honest. Moxie's first run in AEW champion was not very good, in my opinion. I agree. I didn't like his first run as champion at all. His second run was one of the best runs I've had. Danielson, MJF putting his belt on the table, pushing the timekeepers over. Jesus Christ, he just hit his head on that concrete. He's got the chair out. MJF means business here. This is an aggressive MJF. I like it. If WWE gets Dre White, then they don't need MJF, says the Fish Misfit Gamer. Interesting, man. Interesting. Hi, Misfit. MJF will lose the belt late 2023 if he performs poorly at the rate. Business will take the belt. Yeah, a really great point, Sassy. Really great point. The chair wrapped around Danielson's arm here. This is what I wanted to see in the match. I get we're getting it in the after, and running Daniel's arm into the turnbuckle. MJF saying to Brian Cage to put him in the ring. This is what he got paid for. Hi, Anthony, it's not working for me. I don't know how to refresh TBS. Try turning your TV. If you're watching it on TVL, Mikhail, try turning it off. Dex, have you got any advice for Mikhail? Sorry, I don't know how you're watching it, my guys. I don't know how you're watching it. Good match, says Sassy. Yeah, decent match. I just wanted to see a bit more with the arm. Also, having no crowd hurt Mox's first run too. 100%. He was in a very difficult place to wrestle in that company at the time. Yeah, it 100% did. It 100% did. But look at the second run. It was outstanding. Possibly one of AEW's best title runs. Very possible. I think Adam Cole is the guy to beat MJF. If they're doing it, then they're doing it in summer, I think. I think they're doing Cole and MJF in summer. That's why they're doing the Cole face stuff right now. As MJF is on the second rope. Takeshita coming in. Konosuke Takeshita coming in, attacking Brian Cage. Yeah! Come on, I'm down with seeing that. That excites me. Takeshita's amazing. A swing and a miss from Cage and a high knee from Takeshita. Saving Danielson. Now go jump on the chair. Takeshita should just win everything. Am I just fanboying? Yes, I maybe am. I voted for the Bryan that gets to see. Yeah, man. Turn the television off. If it's on stream, close the window and restart the tabs. There we go. If you watch it on Roku, turn your Roku off and restart it. Just power it off. Either turn off the power of the plug, or if it's got a switch on the box, try that. Dex is watching on his laptop, refreshed it, and things are fine. There we go. So that's how Dex fixed it. So hopefully we'll be able to sort that out for you. Well, that's the only advice I've got for you, Mikhail. Try that. Call me crazy, but I think CM Punk will return to AEW. I don't think it's too crazy. I mean, crazy things have happened. I don't think Punk wants anything to do with WWE now. Vince is back. Heinz watching on Roku. I voted for Bryan that gets to see Brie Bella with no clothes on. Lucky man. Restart your Roku. Norma, you devil, says Sassy. Sassy, we tolerate your innuendo when it comes to a certain hardcore legend. I'm down with Norma's Norma's gandering. Takeshita might as well join the BCC, right? Maybe. Is Takeshita forged in combat though? Is he? Who knows? Agreed, Dex. Says Sassy. Yeah, it'd be good. Hi, Anthony. Don't not off Roku. I don't know what that means, Michael, but you can switch it off. You can unplug it if you need to. Will be one way of doing it, Michael. Or if you don't know how, if you're unsure how to do it, if your parents are around, see if they'll help you out with it. Lol Nomar says Dex. Yeah, man. Dex is feeling Nomar tonight. I think WWE somehow got the Great Muta to be an entrant in the Rumble this year. It wouldn't surprise me. Kind of hope he's not 30, because I think if it is 30 and The Rock hasn't showed up, then whoever's at 30 and The Rock doesn't show up is going to get a boo, I think. I'd be down for the Great Muta. I don't know how much of a WWE audience would pop for it. I don't know. They might think it's Lindsay Dorado, because you know what, because there's a lot of casual fans, which is fine, you know. But they're not going to understand the legend. Oh, here we go. Nomar trying to help you out here. Go to Roku, Home, System, and Restart. There we go, Mikhail. Yeah, so if you're on the TV, Mikhail, you need to go to your Roku Home. So use your controller and go to Home. Then go to System, which will be in the settings probably, and then Restart and see if that helps you out. I know we all have our fantasies. I have mine. Sassy, we love your fantasies. How's the show's been for you, Sassy, without Mox on? Can I get a vote, please? You can when we get a match. How about that, Hassan? How about that? You can have a vote when we get a match. WWE had to ask for something in return for allowing Nakamura to quit and Noah. Great point, man. Yeah, of course. Great point. Hi, Anthony. I'm on TV. The Rumble is usually hardcore fans who attend. I'd love to attend a Rumble one day. I'm doing WrestleMania this year, though, so that'll be fun, won't it? Yay! So if any of you are heading to WrestleMania, come and hang out with me, Dom, Dan, and Sam, and Jack. Ant with the tech support. Shout out to Ant. Absolutely, man. Tech support, Ant. Doing me, mate. I'm not doing out. It's Nomar who's doing it. It's Nomar and Dex and Sassy. I'm not doing out. I'm just like, let's try and fix this problem for Mikhail. Let's try and fix this problem. Cool. Yes, sir, says Hassan. Who is your pick for the Women's Rumble? To me, the only one choice in Rhea Ripley. Tough. Who's my pick for the Women's Rumble? Medical update on Bryan Danielson, excuse me. Not looking good for Danielson with the elbow. Danielson don't care about what he thinks. Nice, passionate promo from Danielson saying he's not stopping wrestling. He wrestled 60 minutes with a dislocated shoulder. We have our friend Dan's back. How's the dog doing?
Oh, yeah. Just it went from one dog wanting to go out to two dogs wanting to go out, and all the dogs went out. And
nice.
So there you go. So I gathered from what I could hear, there was a post-match attack.
Yes.
And then after a while, Konosuke Takeshita made a save.
Yeah, he did.
Where was Claudio and Wheeler Yuta?
Well, I don't know, but a lot of people are saying Takeshita for BCC.
Sorry?
A lot of people are saying in chat are saying they want Takeshita to join BCC.
Well, what BCC is there when BCC mates won't even come and save you from getting beaten up?
Well, there we go, man. But Danielson's, it seems like he's well gone from BCC now. Toni Storm with a darker makeup on here.
But Danielson is BCC. His whole thing, this thing with him and MJF is based on Regal.
On Regal, yeah. Toni Storm, man. She's got darker makeup on. She's looking more heel than ever. I've never seen her with a darker makeup on.
She is, she's a villain now.
She's a bad guy. She's not smiling, Dan.
No.
Let us get a poll up in chat. Guys, we have Dan Reed here. Dan is the promoter, booker, mastermind behind Pro Wrestling Eve, who has, of course, worked quite a lot with Toni Storm and never with Ruby Soho. Never with Ruby Soho.
Although I've been backstage at WWE shows and met her, so but I've never worked with her.
So I missed the promo. What did she say?
I did not hear.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Run away on the back of Ruby Soho's jacket.
Well, that's the runaway was what the name she gave this character after leaving WWE and trying to find her home.
Right. Mate, Ruby Soho's outfits are incredible. She's so iconic.
Oh, I'd love to have worked with. I mean, I still could, in all honesty.
Yeah, man.
You know, she does accept bookings outside of AEW.
There we go. So keep an eye out for Pro Wrestling Eve. Dan's got his eyes on here on getting Ruby Soho in. It could happen.
I mean, there's not a match that immediately comes to mind that I'm just like, you know, Ruby is she is a great get for a television wrestling product because she's a good promo. She looks like a goddamn star, and she's a brilliant storyteller.
Of course she is.
And all of those things make for fantastic television. And she was a tremendous pickup and is phenomenal assets for any television wrestling show.
Yeah, I think so.
And I just think that would I love to work with her? Absolutely. May I work with her one day, perhaps? But I just think I look at Ruby Soho and I just think, you know, she's not just about that one match. You know, at least I can't. I'm sure if I, you know, take a couple of moments, I'm sure, oh my God, this match would be really good. But like, I just feel that Ruby's strong points are far more long term than a one off. You know,
than a one off. Yeah. And beautiful there from Toni Storm, the big boot, and then the strong hold afterwards, man. Toni Storm mixing it up now as a heel. When was it? Has she ever been? Have you known her as a heel before, Dan? I can't think of any time in the WWE.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
But more so, she was in the midst of actually turning heel in Eve when she ended up signing the contract for WWE.
Right.
And they changed some of the rules. So that was so. It was a hip attack to Ruby, who was in the midst of getting back in the ring from the outside. She was on her hands and knees, and she took a hell of a bump off of the apron. She literally went flying. She was like, has anyone seen the GIF of the little guy from the little luchador from Mexico that gets drop kicked off the apron that ends up doing like the wee backflip? It's kind of like that. Without the backflip, she just went flying and went splat. That was beautiful.
But Toni Storm's doing so well, Dan. She's changed up her wrestling style
Toni can do it all.
Of a week. I've never seen a heel Toni Storm, so to me, this is like this is freaking exciting. She's stopping. She's wrestling like a powerhouse, for God's sake.
I wouldn't say she's wrestling like a powerhouse, but like she's she's a phenomenal performer that knows how to work each. Like, yeah, I've seen her work villain. Like I say, we'd started turning her villain in Eve. She was actually her and Killer Kelly were doing a thing. They were about to become a tag team called Killer Storm, and we'd started having it that Kelly was seconding. If you go back and watch those last shows with Kelly with Toni over the last few months, building up to what ended up being a last show, where we just kind of forgo that and just because it was a last night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it was, you'll see that Killer Kelly was second in Toni Storm, and if there was an issue with Kelly, Toni would come out, and that's kind of what we were doing.
On going. Nice.
And the two were really excited about doing the tag together as well. They were like, "Oh my god!" Like they instantly were so excited at the day. They were like, "We're gonna be Killer Storm. That's gonna be great." And but life happens. And
times change, yeah.
And they were both really excited over being villains, of being Killer Storm, and So no, I have no doubt that she's really taking this in. Actually, I tell a lie. The second time she actually worked for me, she did work as a villain.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Who was that against?
So the first one, it was a tournament show. So it was against Zoe Lucas. Was the first one. It was the first time I'd ever used Zoe. So it was kind of like Zoe's, tryout, effectively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the second one, the second match was a 4-way: Kaylee Ray, Blue Nikita. I forget who else. Might have been a 5-way. But it was, which was obviously a really good match. I've just said that Kaylee Ray and Toni Storm were in the same match at that point. But yeah, so Toni was a heel, and at that point, she was kind of like trying to find herself as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I remember we were going over, like she didn't have entrance music yet as a villain, and I remember we were going over and trying different things as entrance music, and I was literally just going through tracks and playing What About This, and I just remember at one point we found a track and we both looked at each other and that's the one. But from that point on, she ended up going over to Japan for a while afterwards, and
head into the
and then when she came back, it was just like you're too over to be a villain,
right?
You're Toni Storm right at this point doesn't define villain or babyface. Toni Storm is Toni Storm, and so that's what we did, and then but she was a regular for Eve at that point, so we then got to be able to have more fun and do more creative and whatnot.
Do a lot more.
Her first match back after that Japan stint was the match with Millie that you saw.
Oh, Millie McKenzie.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that was an amazing match. Yeah. Awesome stuff, Dan. I mean, I'm just fascinated by the fact she's able to
there's
transform.
the right kick.
Yeah, the kick. That's normally gets her the win, and there's the kick out. I'm just fascinated.
Nice. They're having a good match. They're having a good, solid match.
How quickly she's been able to transform,
I mean, Toni's a freak of nature. Everybody knows this.
I'm aware, but like
here's the thing. Impressed. I think I told the story before about Mako refused to win against her. How many people refused? You know what I mean?
What, Mako Satomura?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mako was insistent that she put Toni over.
Incredible. Oh, Toni Storm holding on to her nose.
Oh, so this is the story. So this is actually the story that we did with her and Sammy that was leading to Toni going villain, where Sammy was playing the role that Toni's playing here, and Toni was playing the role that Ruby's playing here.
Really?
Yeah. And then, boom, into the roll-up finish.
Into the ropes.
In this case, she's just
German.
Exploding with moves. And that, but we went into a roll-up finish. But it was...
Oh, she's taking the time with it, mate. Oh! That hip attack. DDT and a kick out from Ruby. Oh, it's going on longer than I expected.
They're having a good match too.
Yeah, man. Yuta was busy complaining about Hangman. Yeah, way too busy to save Danielson. Oh, Britt Baker coming out. Hey? Britt Baker's in the house. But it wasn't really a distraction. Oh, no.
It's all right.
It just wasn't quick enough, the ending, man. Like, in terms of the steps, there was like a too long between the distraction and the... Not too long between the distraction. There was too much of a acknowledgement of each other in the ring before the ending.
You think? Okay.
Yeah. So you can't believe that Storm was actually distracted because it was about to wrestle again. Ruby just beat her outright there. There was no distraction.
I mean, she did kind of wander, turn around, and Ruby then grabbed her and planted her.
It was just a bit slow for me. Should have been a bit quicker.
Okay.
You were busy complaining. I think Toni Storm played a great heel in WXW. So the official match for this gamer. MJF.
We got MJF promo right now.
Thanks everyone to helping get Mikhail's stream working. MJF can't force the fans to have taste. How's the arm doing for Danielson? MJF saying. Saying that he's obsessed. The belt is the reason he gets out of bed every morning.
Well, I guess it's not being used to tie him down then. That was CM Punk's catchphrase, actually.
There you go. Best in the world.
No, in Ring of Honor, when he was doing his straight edge, really pushing the straight edge gimmick, his catchphrase was, "I'm better than you and you know it."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that. I'm surprised I didn't bring that up more in the feud.
Oh, they did. They played off it.
Yeah.
It was just done quite more in a subtle way.
More discreet, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Random to Ellen DeGeneres on meth.
Main event time now, brother.
What's going on there?
Is it
Right,
main event time
MJF.
yet? Or are we missing
No,
a match?
I mean, let's go MJF. What's the point in this?
I
right.
I can barely hear it, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. A man who gets off on dismantling men, limb from win. Roll the clip. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's Timothy Thatcher. Cool, I'm down with this, man. Really sort of selling the arm technique of Timothy Thatcher as well. Nice. I'm down with that, Dan. I don't mind seeing. I quite like when he brings in the sort of special guest in these sort of 5 ways. They did it in with the Jericho feud. They did it with the Moxley feud. I've got no problem with that.
Jamie Hayter and Emi Sakura.
It's happening on Rampage.
Yep.
Nice. That'll be a good match.
And we're getting a build up.
Nice. Jamie Hayter putting over Emi Sakura.
Jamie referencing their match in Eve right there.
There we go. And we've got Pro Wrestling Eve's booker, promoter, the man himself is Dan Reed. And you can watch that, guys, on Dan's channel. He's got the first match between Emi Sakura and Hayter. I assume I think they fought. Are you showing it at any point, Dan?
Sorry?
Are you showing their match at any point?
It's on the channel already.
Can people watch it for free as well?
They can.
You're kidding. You need to put that behind a paywall, man. That's a paywall match right there.
I know. It's a tremendous match.
I'll find it and I'll put a link in the description. Guys, if you want a preview of this Friday's match, we'll do it. Oh, you're retweeting it now, are you, mate?
Oh, I should find it and do so because...
Hell yeah. I'm still confused that Shida didn't turn last week. The whole Shida thing was confusing as hell. Is Britt Baker a face now? It's a little bit confusing. I don't know. At least Toni Storm was able to establish a character this week. I think that was the important thing. I miss being in AEW. Ruby has some great tattoos. Don't see a lot of women inked up. Yeah, she has got some incredible tattoos. Our lass is nice and inked up. Oh man, Jay Briscoe t-shirts. Both of them emotional, man.
Yeah, this is
going to be a hard match. Was great as leader of the Reich. Well, she was, Norma. I hear your world champion is Mayu Yamashita. That's amazing. It certainly is, Dan. Toni was a heel in NXT. I don't remember. I think she had a real heel run in Stardom. What's it like working with the amazing Mayu Yamashita?
Miyu Yamashita.
Sorry. You're always going to butcher it. I'm sorry. What's it like working with her?
Well with Miyu.
Yeah. It was due to have her in a match.
Not going to go into it because Miyu presents herself in a very, but at the same time, anyone who watches Tokyo Joshi Pro, I think they also know that she has a wicked sense of humor because she really does. But yeah, no, I get on really well with Miyu. I mean, obviously, otherwise she wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Be your champion.
Well, you got to have a relation. You got to have a good relationship with them because when someone's your champion, then
you've got to use a lot of trust. That goes.
There's a dynamic there involved in too. So yeah.
Especially with someone that doesn't live in the same country as the promotion. Yeah. Zelina has more tats now. Nice, Sassy. My favorite wrestler, Utami Hayashishita.
Hayashita.
Thank you. Utami Hayashita wrestled for Eve.
Utami was the second ever Eve International Champion. She defeated the woman now known as Doudrop for it.
Wow, there you go.
And then Utami Hayashita lost that title to Jamie Hayter.
Is Utami Hayashita versus Doudrop on Pro Wrestling Eve's YouTube?
Behind a paywall.
There we go. So you can become a member of Pro Wrestling Eve by hitting that join button. You get the wrestling pay-per-views for free. Not free.
You join up, you become a member, you get the Eve back catalogue. I was up in matches today, actually, from the 2014 era.
Nice.
As well as every Eve show as it happens live.
There we go. And I do live streams of it as well sometimes, and they're amazing. They're amazing shows to watch. Amazing. So much content on that channel. Do consider it. All the Wrestle Queendoms. You want a day of popcorn? Just put on Wrestle Queendom for a day. Britt Baker was never her. I never bought that one bit. I don't know where the injury angle come from. I don't know. Man.
I mean, did Dan book when Utami Hayashi? Yeah.
Dan's owned the company since the
I created it.
He created it. He created the the brand of pro wrestling, Eve. Still undecided about MJF as champ. You feel like that, don't you, Dan?
I wouldn't say I'm undecided about him as champ. I didn't care for the match between him and Ricky Starks.
Okay, cool, fair enough. See what happens with this this match at Revolution. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Timothy Thatcher. I'm going to run through these comments and then I'm just going to kind of enjoy this match because a big thing. If you do have any sort of, they've all got J armbands on. Howdy all, what's happening? It's AEW. Nice to see you, Matty D. Welcome. Matt Briscoe coming out to nice. Oh, he looks happy to be there, Dan. Hi, Matty D. Thatcher versus Danielson. Technical masterclass. It'd be great, man. It'd be great. Dex, I agree. Hi, Sassy. No holds barred next week. Wardlow is definitely getting involved. Yeah, man. That'd be good. Utami is fantastic, said him official Misfits Gamer. Yeah, man.
He's got both belts.
Oh, man.
You
all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
If you need to take a second, it's cool, man.
No, it's cool. It's cool. They can do that. I can do this.
Guys, for those of you that are joining us, Dan has worked with the Briscoe brothers when he was working in Ring of Honor, so has a relationship. So obviously, I mean, look at Jay now in the ring.
Bobby Cruz posted on his Facebook that he literally got the call like 2 days ago.
Who's Bobby Cruz? Sorry,
the ring announcer. He was the long-time ring announcer for.
And he just dropped everything and turned up.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's still the tag team championship as well.
Yeah,
with both belts.
And that's the right,
Yeah, man. What a pop for Mark, indeed. Those designs of the Ring of Honor tag titles should be retired. Let Mark have one and the family have the other and introduce new titles. That's nice, yeah. That'd work, maybe. It depends what they want to do with the lineage. It's something that depends on Mark as well, what he wants to do with it, because it's important to him. Man, tough match for these two. Starting off with a lockup. I think it's thank you, Toni chants from the crowd. Obviously, a lot of respect has to be paid to Tony Khan, who's fought for the Briscoes for a long time to be on AEW. It was the television company that put a stop to it, and thankfully, they've understood the circumstances better. I think I'd say, and let AEW and the Ring of Honor family celebrate the life of Jay Briscoe and certainly having Mark on here in what has been a really tight match so far, Dan, considering the wrestling with bloody tears in their eyes.
Sorry.
It's all right. Briscoe chants from the crowd.
They're going to have a really good match,
The what, sorry?
They're going to have a really good match. They got about 13 minutes to go.
Yep. Official Misfits Gamer says this is a bit like when Brett and Benoit did the Owen tribute match. That'll have been in WCW, won't it? I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's right. Owen, it was if I remember correctly as well, that was at the Kemper Arena, the same venue where Owen passed away.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly, that they did that match. I could be wrong, but like, yeah.
Mark with the drop kick onto Lethal. Yes, it was the same arena, says Official Misfits Gamer. Man, hard. Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal has been getting in these incredible matches and moments in wrestling, hasn't he, in the last year?
Mm.
I mean, to be part of Ric Flair's last match, to be invited for this moment here, you know, which is something that both men wanted to happen.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, I feel that he's been doing some of his best work that I've ever seen him do in the tag with Jeff Jarrett. Like the matches against the Acclaimed were
Great.
Tremendous.
Yeah. His feud with Darby Allin was really good. He's really sort of coming into his own as a. I know he's been wrestling for years and years, and he's gone through all sorts of different gimmick changes and fun stuff that he's done. You know.
Yeah.
AEW to everyone. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah, man. I mean, it's an emotional moment, and I'm like I say.
Yeah.
I've not seen
I mean, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, this is real. Yeah. You know, like.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to follow this match, do you? Jay Lethal and Matt Briscoe fighting on the apron here. You know, I've not seen enough of the Briscoes, Dan. I think I've seen a couple of matches on YouTube with them.
Yep.
I need to go back and watch them. You know, I didn't even watch the
honestly.
yet.
So the first time I saw the Briscoes wrestle, I think Mark was 15 and Jay was 16.
No way.
And it was for CZW, and there was and they were generally tagging with a guy called Brian XL, and they were feuding with the SAT and Amazing Red, who was then, you know, SAT and Amazing Red were both babies at the time as well. And that was like the feud that really kind of put CZW, like everyone always thinks of like CZW as being like the insanity and the hardcore, and they're not wrong, but the thing that really kind of like completed CZW and made you watch was really their the tag matches and the junior division that they had. And the Briscoes were a part of that. In fact, the Briscoes then faced each other in at the first ever CCW Best of the Best, which is a big junior tournament that happens every year. And they had like the match of the show. And like at that point, I think they were just like 16 and 17. I don't think it was 17 and 18. I think they were still, and their dad, obviously, because their age would, you know, their mum and their dad would both be in the audience because, of course, they had to be. They had to take them there, and and generally those shows were in Delaware as well, and of course that's you know, so yeah, so I've been watching the Briscoes for over 20 years, and you know, it's a real. You think you're going to see each other again down the line. It's the thing about this business, right? You work with so many people because of the nature of this business, you know, because of the fact that, you know, people are flying all around the world, and there's so many different promotions, and locker rooms are different one day to the next. And but even though the locker rooms may change, like, you know, you'll meet and see a lot of the same people down the road. And sometimes you'll go a long while without seeing someone, but you'll see them again down the road. And then a situation like this happens when you realize, no, you won't. And that's the...
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's, you know, we can't take people and times for granted. And
there used to be this rule, and there still is. It's a stupid rule. There's a lot of rules It's not as big or bad as it used to be. But the whole thing was, don't get photos. If you're in the wrestling business, if you're a youngster or, unless you're at a certain high level, don't get photos with people because that means you're a mark. And the thing is, though, that continues until you're well into, before you even know it, you're a veteran in the scene and you're still not getting photos with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose a brother or a sister, you lose one of your lot, and then you realize, I've got nothing. I've got memories, and that's cool. Sometimes you want to look at something, and I put this on my Twitter about that and how people need to forget that it's a stupid rule in wrestling. And even Doug Williams is, he's been in this business since 1993, and even he was like, I didn't do it. Because of that same stupid rule, and we all need to kind of fuck that rule off. And I know it makes no sense as a rule, but the wrestling business is a bizarre business. It's as beautiful as it is fucked up.
It's similar to musicians and all sorts, Dan. But I think it should be encouraged. One of the reasons that promotions would be fearful of it is the whole kayfabe thing, but we're so past that now. We're so past that.
That's where some of it would have originated, but then it just kind of like there's Mark Briscoe and his karate chops. But then it became more than that, and it became more kind of a status thing.
No,
as well, which is a bit daft.
Well, you know what to do, Dan, don't you? Get cameras for the girls,
Oh yeah, I mean, I was actually my wife and I actually were at Progress at the weekend, and it was a bit funny because Martin, one of the owners, he comes up to my wife at the end of the show, and he's like, "Oh, he's looking for feedback. What did you think of the show?" My wife's like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see any of it," because of course she was hanging out with the girls and they were getting photos together, and blockbuster off the apron to the floor.
Nice, good stuff.
Oh mate, I tell you, like these two, because it's the thing. The Briscoes always went all out, man. The Briscoes always went all out. You would think that they could work a house show, for lack of a better term. And
still,
you'd think crazy. It was WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Or Death Before Dishonor.
As he's on the turnbuckle now, big elbow through the table. Holy chip chants in the crowd.
These boys.
Great match.
Boys.
Well and truly into it, Dan. Throwing the chair into the ring. He's so believable, man, Matt Briscoe. I can't. There's strength to do this, man.
Yeah.
There's strength. Let's get to some comments. I just hear it took this to get Matt Briscoe on the show or anything Briscoe related. I understand it. And I'm happy it happened, and I'm happy that the right people fought to make it happen. And that's the positives that we should take out of it, I think. Matt Briscoe is legit one of the most fascinating characters. I missed his breakout single run in Ring of Honor, but I catch random Ring of Honor episodes on Pluto, and he's really entertaining, says Dex. They started very young. Mark was too young to compete on the first Ring of Honor shows, but you can catch them both on the first TNA shows too. Wow.
That's right. You can also Jay Briscoe was actually the person who Doug. Obviously, I know Doug very well.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams had his debut match for Ring of Honor against Jay Briscoe, and Jay was, I think it was the fourth ever Ring of Honor show.
Really,
Jay Driller. It's the Jay Driller, and
nice, the Jay Driller.
Jay did. I can't remember if Jay invented that move, but he definitely was was the guy that made the move. You know, I think the first time I ever saw that move was Jay Briscoe doing it in
Wow.
CW.
There you go.
Go on, lads.
Locker room emptying for Jay. Is Mark saying he loves his brother to the camera? What strength, man. The commentary putting over that if you let your family know you love them, you know, and it is important, guys. And you know,
It is.
Jay's family are not doing so well right now. His 2 daughters are still in hospital. This is how we do it, says Mark, as he walks up to the entire AEW locker room, showing the respect. Christopher Daniels there meeting him.
Yeah, I mean,
Toni
these are
Khan.
like Ring of Honor. Like, you know, Daniels was there right at the start.
Rouge, yeah.
Like,
Jay Briscoe with the titles.
yeah.
That was a hard one. Are you okay?
Yeah. It was hard for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, you know, I was going through you know, obviously it's not just Eve that I did obviously XWA and other shows, and I was going through footage to upload to the YouTube channel that I haven't uploaded yet. And one of the shows, of course, I had Vader on, who's no longer with us. And it's a weird one because obviously it's like I feel, you know, about that. And especially as I work with Vader in the end, you know, like near the end. But this one, and this isn't to try and make light or less of, it's just that, you know, the nature of which this happened and his age. You know, today would have been Jay's 39th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mark's 38th birthday the day after Jay died. And you're just, you know, kind of playing so much of these things whilst at the same time kind of, you know, I'm 22 years into the business and there's already a bunch of people that I've worked with that have passed away. And it's just, you know, I'm only 40 myself. It's just weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
I mean, you ultimately touch a lot of lives, and you have moments with them people, and I see it as well, you know. And you just got to make the most of them moments. And you know, if you can take away one thing, Dan, like the sort of the photography stuff, and make a change for the better, and that's what you do, man.
Yeah, totally.
And don't let the girls that work for you have the same.
No.
brackets,
Like I say, it's the younger lot now, especially with phones being, having cameras and stuff. They're not so, it ain't quite, but it certainly was very prevalent up until fairly recently, and even to an extent, it still is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking to someone about it who was new in, and they were like, I didn't want to ask so and so because I didn't want to come across disrespectful because you're not supposed to, and it's but it's one of those things as well where me and one of the girls were talking about this the other day. Do you know how many like miles wrestlers do?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and this wasn't even for a booking. This was, it's amazing that more, sadly, it's a sad thing to think, but it's amazing that this kind of thing doesn't happen more often with the amount of wrestlers and the amount of miles that's being done.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're kind of lucky somehow. But, it was nice to see. It's a shame it took a week to happen, but it was nice to see. But then in the end of the day, right, Mark wouldn't have been able to work 2 days later.
No,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
Sometimes things just work out, and I think maybe in many ways, perhaps it worked out for the better.
Mm-hmm.
That we that what happened, in a strange way, worked out for the better because we got what we got tonight.
A lot of people have been working very hard on making that happen and giving us that moment, and it was a beautiful moment. And I don't need to comment on the match because it's not the match that you comment on. It's a bigger thing, really. It's about fans paying and I mean, they had a good match, but that's the important thing is the ability to stop and celebrate some of Jay's work, and work for the industry, but also to make us sort of realize what we've got around us as well and take that away. And commentary did a really good job at sort of selling that, let your loved ones know you love them, because sometimes it's too late sometimes. So let people around you know you care, and that's valuable life, like life shit. That's well beyond sort of wrestling and this thing that we find as entertainment and our escape. Sometimes we have to be brought back to the realities and let people know that we love them. And if we go away from this episode and we say that to one person that we wouldn't have said normally, or we hold someone a little tighter for one night normally than we would, then maybe wrestling is able to have an impact in a different way just than our escapism. And that's important too, and that's taking a really, really crap situation, a really sad situation, and learning from it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the comments, Dan. If any of you have got any sort of questions or anything, do. But I think
sorry if I brought the chat down by being quiet and whatnot. By the way, guys, just
mate, you take your time. No, I mean, I was surprised you. I knew you'd want to because of the thing, but I didn't realize, like, when you come on stream and you was like, I've worked with them, and I was like, oh, of course, because I know you've done work with Ring of Honor, but I hadn't put two and two together. And thank you for joining us for it, Dan. And we all care about you, and it's not nice to see you upset, but I think there's a lot of positives you can sort of not positives. There's a lot of things you can take from it.
Yeah. No, totally appreciate it.
I'm just trying to be positive about it. I'm
definitely very positive over it because what happened was sad, and we can't change that.
No.
What we can do is deal with what happens afterwards.
Absolutely.
And I think that tonight was needed.
Good. Let's get through some comments.
I think they all did amazing. as well.
They did, yeah, and a good match, great match. The Briscoes are a once-in-a-lifetime team, both so talented and skilled in all forms of wrestling, says Sassy. Sassy's enjoyed them in several promotions. I know that. She is a big fan of CZW and GCW and the Briscoes. Certainly part of the, as Dan's sort of been speaking about, the early part of CZW tonight. They also work for GCW and House of Glory. Good. Well, hopefully Mark can do big things, and this is just a start for what he can do by himself. He looks strong tonight.
They worked international as well. They worked Pro Wrestling Noah. In fact, they did the Pro Wrestling Noah UK shows. Wow. They also worked FWA, which was, of course, another time that I got to work with them, and it was them against Jody and Johnny. If I remember correctly, on one of them. I think it was a couple of shows actually. They were over here. I think it was 2017, 16, something around that, 17, 18, for Chikara. No, was it Chikara King of Trios, or it might have been the Fight Club Tag Tournament actually. But like the Briscoes, like, they're independent. Do you know what I mean? Like they got work. They worked everywhere.
They went everywhere. Yeah,
everywhere. They were. I talk about Noah because, of course, they were a part of the Noah UK shows, which I remember well. But also, they were tag team champions in Noah, but they were also tag team champions in New Japan as well, which is a very rare thing.
Right.
It's very rare for a tag team to work for both promotions in itself. So, the Briscoes, I mean, Jesus, I can't think of, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I can't think of any team that's never worked for a major top 2 television company that you could say, like from the Western world, that you could say is a Hall of Fame tag team, except for the Briscoes. I don't think anyone else. Yeah, there is nobody.
What, in terms of in Japan?
No, in wrestling in general.
In wrestling in general.
There is nobody that has. There's no other team that's never worked for the top 2 promotions, television promotions in wrestling, that has still managed to maintain and ascertain a Hall of Fame worthy career. I think the Briscoes are the only team like that I can think of that have the kind of body of work and accomplishments behind them. I can't think of anyone else, which is really incredible. Yeah, there isn't, like, because this is the thing. They had a Hall of Fame. When you deep dive and you go into the career and the accomplishments and the achievements, especially if you understand the business aspects of it, and how, like there really isn't, what they achieved is incredible, and they did it without ever being on television
in the Western
world. One of the two major companies. Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that Impact was one of the 2.
Yeah, but at that time they weren't. In fact, at that time when they were there, they weren't even on television in the UK. They weren't even on television. That's the thing. When the Briscoes were were at TNA, it was when they were NWA TNA, and they did not have a television deal. The only way that you could watch TNA was by getting weekly pay-per-views. So in order to watch TNA, they were $9.99 every week. And because TNA did not have a television deal, that's how you had to watch TNA. You had to buy a weekly pay-per-view.
Ouch.
And so, so they, TNA didn't even have a television deal when they were there.
Wow. Well, there we go. To the legacy of the Briscoes for sure. Matt Briscoe better get an All Elite graphic when the show's over. I don't know.
That's the right time.
I know.
Because then it's like you're rewarding him with a job for something. Do you know what I mean?
He's got a job. He works
he's got a job as well. Like he's contracted with the same parent company that controls AEW, which actually the Ring of Honor contracts, as I understand it, actually do say All Elite Wrestling on them.
They will do, yeah. It's all Tony Khan. But so he's already All Elite in many respects, whether the TV company wants them to know it or not. He is already with the company, I actually think he'll probably want to be in Ring of. I think Tony Khan's going to be having a lot of conversations with him. Tony Khan, whether you like him as a booker or not, is a dude, right? He's a decent dude who looks after people, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have a lot of issue with him, and we all feel like that about our boss sometimes. But when shit hits the fan, he's a dude. Yeah, he looks after people. And we've seen that with Brody. We've seen that in this case here. You know, he's gone. There's a lot of stuff apparently that's happening backstage with Tony Khan that's not known to the public because it doesn't need to be. There was a quote from Conrad Thompson on Tony Schiavone, and Tony Schiavone confirmed like there's a lot of stuff happening between the Briscoes and Tony Khan that no one's aware of, and no one has to be aware of because that's just human. So, you know, props to Tony Khan for that and to making this happen. Dex says, I'm really glad they put the Briscoes in Ring of Honor Hall of Fame immediately instead of waiting until now. People recognize people while you have them. That's a really good point, Dex. A really good point, man. You know, yeah, why not give people a pat on the back like right now instead of waiting until after the career's gone? Like, yeah, absolutely. Really good point, man.
2 decades of work, exactly. What else are they going to do, you know?
Yeah. Dex agree 100%. That was beautiful. It was so sad but beautiful. When you fathom how much of Ring of Honor is in the blood of US wrestling now, and the fact that the Briscoes were 21 years of that company, yeah, and faced a lot of the people who went through Ring of Honor and went onto other TV companies and had more sort of recognition than the Briscoes. So it's good that they're getting the recognition now, and you can see how loved they were by the entire industry that worked with them. You know, who was cutting onions? Said official Misfits gamer. Not me, but there might have been some onions around. So sad, says Andrea. Thanks for joining us, Andrea. It is. Mark winning with his brother's finish was a beautiful touch. It was. It certainly was. Thank you, Dan, says Sassy. Thank you for your strength and faith. We love you, Dan, always. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you, Dan. So glad they got the flowers with the FTR trilogy. Absolutely. A lot of casual wrestling fans never seen the Briscoes until the FTR matches. I'm one of them, Storm. So we are lucky we got that. And the
Pro Wrestling Tees website is struggling to deal with the
T-shirt.
Yeah, I've literally just seen someone tweet they are number 1,767 in line.
Are they giving donations to the family?
100%.
Again, the pro wrestling community coming behind the sort of tragic real life loss that happened. So
yeah,
good. Agree, Storm, says Sassy. Jay Briscoe's tribute show as in 2 hours on Honor Club and Ring of Honor YouTube. Really? Are they doing that in 2 hours? Are they right? Are they filming that tonight, the second part tonight, or are they just showing the first part? I don't know.
Pass. I mean, I know they filmed it. I know they filmed last week.
Yeah, they did film last week. So I wonder if they're doing an hour of filming now and then showing it. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, cool. And they might do a couple of them, so I'll have to look at them. Keep an eye out on the channel, and if we go live on one of them, we might watch them together. Just keep an eye out on the channel if you want to watch them. If not, yeah, exactly. Go to the Ring of Honor YouTube and watch that. They're showing the show they taped last week. Thank you, Official Misfits Gamer. I assume they'll probably film a show tonight and then show that next week. They did say they were doing a couple of weeks of it, didn't they? But maybe because of this, they'll maybe they're not going to do that. But the point is they're acknowledging Jay Briscoe in every way that they can, and the 100% should be. So, yeah, that was an emotional stream, Dan.
Yeah, it was, but it was good. You know,
Bless you
like
for wanting for joining me, man.
It's it may have been an emotional stream, but it was emotional for the right reasons.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've got a video to share with you all in chat. This is I don't know if this is going to be paid content very soon, so you better hurry up and watch it before it does become paid content. That's the YouTube link to Pro Wrestling Eve match. Eve Riot Girls of Wrestling. It's Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura. If you want to match that they're going to have on... Have you changed the title already?
Yeah.
When I clicked on the link, you're amazing, right? First of all, you're getting real emotional on stream and having these beautiful words to say and sort of taking massive moments of life and just spewing them all on us, and at the same time changing the titles to your old videos.
No, I had it all ready to go
because it was called JB Hayter and Emi Sakura pre-tag team or something like that.
Yeah, because they were. So Jamie Hayter and Emi actually were on during Jamie's first run, which got cut short because of the P word that we're not allowed to say. They had a tag match on Dynamite, and so I released a match then, basically saying, you know,
these two
fight, tag team partners fight. So basically, I'd already changed the wording and everything, and all I did was just wait for them to announce it, and then I just pressed save.
Nice. Well, here's my thing. I when I went onto it, it was the other title, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh, he's changed the title.
Yeah, I forgot to change the thumbnail though. I should have done that.
You'll get there. You'll do it when you can. So guys, go and watch it out. Support Pro Wrestling Eve, and a massive thank you to Dan for joining us there. Incredible to have you insight, man, as always. Especially with that show.
No, appreciate it. I don't think I really spoke that much on this one, comparatively, but maybe that's for the best.
Absolutely, I agree. And while we're in the spirit of thanking Dan, let me thank Dan again for being one of the Hulomaniacs, the building bricks of our community, and Dex as well, who is also a Hulomaniac. We've got the hardcore Hulomaniacs there, which no one's a part of. If you want to get your name on there, you absolutely can. Just check the join button and see the memberships and see if anything suits it to you. And of course, we have our champion Hulomaniacs, which includes Sassy at this point by herself there with her red and black belt. A massive thank you to all of you. We've just upgraded to 1080p. Have you noticed that, Dan?
I mean, yeah.
I'm in HD every week, baby. And we can only do that because of the support you guys give us and the sort of we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And for everyone, Stanley Krupiniski, welcome. How are you doing? Booker, when is the next Eve card? Dan, when's your next event, mate?
Well, the next announced one is on March the 8th, but there will be a show before then.
Oh.
I just haven't announced it yet.
Okay, but if people subscribe, do you subscribe to people on Twitter? If people follow you on the Twitter machine, the bird.
Yeah, the Twitter or the Instagram or the Facebook.
Do you do the Insta as well?
Yeah, you got to. I've started having to do the TikTok as well.
The Diggity Doc. Hey, did you see my short the other day? I made a short.
I did not.
Oh, mate, it's got my T-shirt on. Have you seen my
FTR
picture
of you with your shirt off, which I'd already seen anyway.
But members get exclusive content. You've done a deep dive on my Facebook if you've seen that already.
No, you sent it to me.
Did I? I'm the
best. You literally WhatsApped it to me.
No, that was the bra one, wasn't it? Or did I do it?
Yeah, you sent me that one as well.
Oh, man. Members get special perks. If you want to know what people are talking about, hit that join button. Right. Cool. I think that's it. Dan, we're going to sign out and we'll see everyone Go and vote on my bloody stream. Like, the community, I need the AEW community behind me. You've got 2 wrestlers to choose from, Roman Reigns or Kenny Omega. Me and Dom had an argument over who's the best wrestler in the world.
Just to say, like, I'm in line to get the Jay Briscoe tribute shirt at the moment, and I am number 1,919
to get the shirt. Wow. Good to see the support that Jay Briscoe's getting, and hopefully they'll keep printing them and keep raising that money for them kids, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, says Stanley. It's all good, man. Thank you for joining us, Stanley. Right, we are shooting off. Dan, I would say it's been fun. It's not been fun. It's been
emotional.
It's been real. Yeah. So thank you so much, and until next time, we'll go with Sammy for the outro because he had a cracking match on the show. I don't really feel like doing a review because I don't think it needs it. I think it was what it needed to be. So yeah. Until next time, see you on for the Royal Rumble. Woo! Bye.
Hello, welcome, and give me a hell yeah. Give me a whole yeah. Give me a whole yeah. From the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. Cheers to everyone watching in Yorkshire and beyond. I hope you guys have a great day from the Spanish God. Shout out to Dom. Shout out to Anthony. You guys are smart because you're fans of me. And anyways, have a great day.